I'm looking forward to this. I don't really know how to feel anymore, Blur, but I think Dust 2, it should at least be the most entertaining map so far. We haven't really got to experience different maps. I don't think we've casted Dust 2 since like week 1, Blur. So it's good to not have just Nuke, Inferno, and Train. And
Yeah,
Mirage.
it's a nice little switch up coming in, and yeah, I think that this is the first time we're seeing ourselves inside of Dust 2 as well. I agree with you. Might be the only second time we're seeing Dust 2. Should be fun. I like watching Invictus and Dust 2. You know, you have Viva just going for these kind of wild flanks from his side. That you have, of course, Flying doing his stuff. You have Xiao Sage. We have the double up potential coming out from Invictus as well. You know, we know Xiao Sage can wield it. We know Viva can wield it on the T side. We also know that Destroyer is usually CD side opera, so a lot of variations possible. For BREN, Dinko, this is kind of a must-win game. And that's rough, isn't it? Like, one of your must-win games has to be against gosh darn Invictus, because you have 2 games remaining to be played. And I'm just going to very quickly look at the matches remaining for these teams here. All right, so they're going to face against Tiger today, and then the final game is against Divine Vendetta, where they have a decent chance. They need to win both the games, I feel like, to knock out Lucid Dream, because for Lucid, they are leading 1-up. They face Mars Light tomorrow, which Lucid should win, and the final game for Lucid Dream is against Tyloo, where I don't see them winning. So it's kind of a must-win game for BREN, and unfortunate, it has to be against Invictus.
Yeah, it's not looking too pretty for them, but they'll start things off knowing their backs are against the wall. Derek that starts off the pistol round. Man advantage picked up. Well, Invictus are going to send a couple of players his way. He's under pressure now. Good headshot on towards Flying. This is a good start from Derek. If he's showing up, well, we've got an exciting game on our hands already. BREN getting the 2-man advantage to start things off, and absolutely no trade potential from Invictus. They're usually so good at these pistol rounds.
Yeah, they usually are, but yeah, Derek, pretty much single-handedly, no support from his teammates. Finds one, second, repositions himself. He hasn't taken a single point of damage either. You see the remaining members of Invictus gathering up towards short to go for this play. Now for Derek, he's going to take the fight. Might as well. He's got Poppy Chulo playing all the way towards long. Poppy hasn't brought up anything, Dinko.
What does that mean? The Japanese Counter-Strike. That's what they all used to do. Oh well, it's going to be Derek just back on the ramp as they run forward. Destroyer with a headshot, Brogon, and Papachulo with one quick headshot. But at least the kills have come back in here from Invictus. They can still win the round, but the bomb not being planted, they realize they have to make space. And well, that's exactly what Oi's going to do. How has this happened, Blood? 3 kills. And right back into the 1 versus 1. And Oi might just win it. Ja, under pressure, the clock, missing everything. Oh my god, what a terrible pistol round. And that is going to be Ja that shuts down Oi. Oh, that's just brilliant, Blood. That's the way we want to start today.
He gets 3 kills, Dinko.
Yep.
He gets 3 brilliant kills, and it completely whiffs every single bullet onto Ja. And Ja, I like how he spun around, a little bit of a moon dance there, reloaded, and just instantly tapped his head away. But all thanks to good old Derek there, getting the opening 2 kills, making it very possible. But Oi, well,
why does he keep shooting? Why does he keep shooting his Glock? Why not just take a little breather? Place the crosshair. Your opponent's reloading in front of you.
Because, the more bullets you fire, the more chances of you to land a shot. Simple math.
Okay, I can get behind that. And that makes sense. And well, it is going to be Derek just spamming through the door. Does quite a bit of damage onto Oi. And that's not the start, but just a little reminder for anybody at home. These kind of rounds, they're not done yet for BREN. You're going up against Eagles in the hands of Invictus players. You better believe that it might do something with them. And it's going to be Flying the front man, putting pressure on towards the A bomb side. Papachulo back here with the FAMAS. Oh, Flying coming around the corner. That's, of course, what will happen. And an opportunity on the second, but luckily Derek is good. He'll find himself a spam, but it's not going to be enough. Another kill coming in for Xiao Sage this time on the Deagle. Woods out towards long, getting some pistol kills himself, the USP. And now the issue becomes Xiao Sage is the only player with relatively high HP, but he just decapitates Wits and hits the shot back in towards short, but no death yet. He runs out of ammo. He's in the open. And thank God for that. BREN, they do win the round, but not cleanly. They concede a bomb plant and they lose 3 players.
Yeah, that's one of the worst ways to win this round. You lose the 3 guns, at least the 2 FAMASs will be retrieved. But you were saying it, I mean, Deagle's in the hands of Invictus. So very scary. I feel like if you take the stats of all the rounds we've had for Invictus where they didn't have any purchase, and the 1 rounds based purely off Deagle, I think it would be a very high percentage of wins. It's ridiculous how good they are with the hand cannons. And Derek, that position, he gets to 1 kill and 3 players facing him down. Xiao Sagi, and that's a crazy thing, right, Denko? It's not just one player being insane. It's not like they have a Nico or a Simple in the team. It's like everyone seems to just be insane with the Deagles, and with that, bomb down, damage dealt. They have the buy, and the buy is looking better than what the CTs have, to be very honest. We have Prone 250 with a Deagle, 3 M4s, and a FAMAS. I believe he might be dropped a weapon. And on the other side, we got 5 AK-47s.
The fact that Invictus are so good on the Deagles actually sets them up for so much success early in this game. Like, we see that happen. In the early game, Invictus can generally get off to a pretty good start economically because they're so good on the low buys. Well, 2-0 up for BREN. This is a must-win round for them, really. They lose this, well, money's going to be in the bin. We're going to be seeing them struggle a little bit. Oh, getting aggressive up towards the top of the B ramp. There's a player, looking the wrong way.
What are you doing, Derek?
You're aware that the doors are around the other way now?
Oh.
Well, that's their undone.
That is terrible. I mean, okay. I really like what Invictus did there, because what do you usually see in some of these buy rounds, right? You see the 3 CDs push up mid. Push up long. You have mid kind of open. You have 2 players playing at B, or they have 1 player inside of B, 1 player towards mid. And Invictus, they waste no time. You saw how fast that was, right? They smoke up CD spawn, immediately go for the flank, and I don't think these guys were really waiting for it. It was just getting completely manhandled. Invictus is not an easy opponent. You got to understand, even though some of the games were very, very close, like unlike Tai Lu, where Tai Lu just 2-0'd everyone apart from the loss they had, Invictus have had some labored rounds, and they have given up maps to teams they shouldn't be giving up maps to, and no gun saved as well. There we go. Completely wiped out the economy of BREN, and they have to just make it with either a forced buy or just stick with pistols, perhaps. But I just want to talk about the team that Invictus also beat. They are the only team so far to have beaten Tai Lu. That's what Invictus's level is at. A team, the Tai Lu, who dismantled VG. I don't think they faced Tiger yet, but they've basically been dominant so far. And Invictus were the only team to make them bleed so far in the tournament. So for BREN, it's a hard ask already, Dinko. And we make small little mistakes like that, like the way they had it set up, and the B player getting taken down without even turning around and spotting out anyone. That is not a winning formula.
No, it's definitely not. And I think BREN sometimes have those rounds and well, games, essentially, where they just look completely lost. And so hopefully this will not be one of those. I think Dust 2 should be a map they should be able to adapt and recover quite quickly on. Wits up towards short. Molotov's going to come around the corner, flying. Well, he's there and he's ready. This Wit's gone early on. Now, I was kind of excited coming into today because we've been banging on Wits a little bit for his underperformances and sometimes lack of impact. Yesterday had some big rounds, but for the most part it was another quiet performance from him, especially on Inferno. But I feel like every time we see him, he's always going up against an AWPer that's just kind of better than him in terms of their playstyle. But today I feel like he could match up against Destroyer pretty well. I feel like Destroyer can have those moments like Wits, but he's more of just a role player instead of the star.
I kind of agree with you there. I feel like Invictus as a team, they don't really have the that star opera that most of these Asian teams have, right? You look at Vici, they have Kaze. You look at Danking on the side of Tai Lu, and even the other teams, Annihilation for D13, right? You have someone like a Zilkenberg on the side of Marzalai. So they have all these potential star players when it comes to operas, and then you look at a team like Invictus, they don't really have it. They have Destroyer who can op. He's kind of CD side opera. You have Viva. You have Xiao Sage. Many people who can op, but none of them really being of the caliber of a pure dedicated opera, like let's say a Danking or Kaze. On the other hand, I agree with you. We have been kind of a little extra critical of Wits, but when you're the primary opera and you're not really at the level of the rest of the teammates when it comes to pure rifling, which Kaze can rifle pretty darn good. And we know what Danking can do with the AK or the M4 as well. And even most of the other opposites. You've seen Annihilation with the pistols, with the other rifles too. I don't think Wits is at their level, right? And unfortunately for a team like BREN, who are struggling when it comes to just firepower, and even as a unit, there seem to be so many holes in the way they have setups and some of the strats and whatnot. I feel like Woods needs to be way more consistent. He doesn't need to be flashy. He doesn't need to be another Annihilation. He doesn't need to be another Kaze. He just needs to be way more consistent when the op is handed over to him. And I fear he doesn't really have that.
Well, we will see if he can step up at any point.
I mean, Dust 2 is a map, right? To step
Exactly
up on if you're
right.
an Alpha.
Yeah. Kind of scary a little bit later on, though. If you even have to go to Inferno, which I just don't see us having to go there, that's when he might struggle a little bit more again. And what? Destroy it, getting the 3k spray down. Easy kills to start things off, and he'll go back for 4, but he's run out of ammo. Switches to the Glock, and, well, he's just overrun now. That's an AK. Given on over to BREN. Apachula, he'll take that, run away to spawn, carry that into the next round, but Oi, well, he wants to stop that from happening. Back in spawn, looking down in towards the ledge. Apachula's just not going around the corner. He's completely aware of this possibility, but his chances of saving it are pretty much gone now that his bodyguard Derek is down. Papachula needs to do so much damage here, and there's just too many players coming at him. 3-2, Invictus into the lead. And you have to remember, they lost the pistol round, and they lost the follow-up round. But in that follow-up round, that's given them success to go on to win 3 in a row. So it's kind of crazy to think about, but the T side, when they do a little bit of damage to get a bomb plant, a few kills at the start of a game, even after losing the pistol round, their economy can grow very quickly in comparison to the CT side.
Absolutely. And then you look at the weaponry as well, right? Like the AK is cheaper, way cheaper than the M4. And also, even in certain rounds where, you know, you don't necessarily need to go for the full investment, you can always go for maybe a MAC-10 or UMP or even a Galil, and it's still very viable. But hold on, Jaw doing good damage. He's got 2 kills. It's kind of low, though, and the nade... Ooh, lucky to stay alive. 6 HP, the Molotov is going to make life even more miserable. He's going to jump into the smoke. This is so good from Jaw, but Oi, blinded, just sprays blindly. And Wits, well, it's all on him. It's a 2v2. Ooh. Wits makes it a 1v2. Now, it's a nice shot on Xiao Sage, and it's all on flying. The man we keep talking about, potentially, at least based on his performances so far, perhaps the best player in the server. He's got the AWP, he's got the C4, and I love how he wasted absolutely no time. And he actually might just catch out Pro in the rotation. He spots a player out. Oh, he misses the shot, though. If you miss a shot against Pro, you're going to be taken down. In-game leader for BREN, getting the kill. And that was a crucial kill and a crucial duel to win.
Yeah, that's such an important frag to find, and I think that kind of just shows the flying is, when he's alive, you kind of always expect him to be able to do something, but he is human after all, Blair. He does miss. And this is such a nice shot from Witch, just flicks down to the left side. Flying not really being able to position his crosshair quickly enough, and now 3-3 evened up again. Look at the damage Jazz taking early on through the mid doors, and well, Apachulo is taking a little bit of damage now under pressure as they spray away from the pit. He'll get one, but Flying oversteps the mark, gets rid of him, and now it's just Wits looking to try and take down a couple of players, but he's in a one and done. He can't fall away from that position. Well, Invictus, it looks like they might have just won this round already, Blair. Jazz taking so much damage, they have 0 control. They're going to have to hope they can fight from short, and that's not going to be easy whatsoever.
It's all on Mr. Derek. And one thing I really like about Invictus, we've seen it so many times, so many different maps have played, is how they're very comfortable just slowing things down, right? They slow things down. Oh, that was the one opportunity they had. Derek getting a kill at the very least, flying with a flying headshot. I like how Invictus are able to, after the initial skirmishes, they like slowing things down. That's a tendency I wish many other teams learned from them, and I feel like that shows more depth to this team. And I like it, you know, they slow things down, they take a breather, all right, okay, this is what we're going to do right now, and then they just, you know, carry on with the rest of the round. And also that long take, all right, you're going to fight it long? Fine, we'll throw it at you. And that's kind of like a statement of purpose, right, from Invictus. They're like, we're a better team than you are, and we're going to show you why.
I'm starting to get a little bit scared for BREN, because right now I don't see anything that's going to make me believe winning rounds is going to be a consistent thing at any point for BREN. As soon as they win one round, they go on to lose immediately, and in pretty convincing fashion. So in terms of the longevity of Dust 2, we just see Invictus winning the majority of the rounds every single time. So this is definitely looking, for me, a little bit rough, and I know it's so early into the game, but from an eye test right now, it's definitely looking like BREN are going to be struggling for a while. They've really got to hope they try and figure some stuff out, because I'm not a big fan of the long haul. I can definitely get behind the reasoning why they've sent so many players out long early on, but once you lose that first player and he only gets the 1 kill, you're kind of stuck there then at that point. And with Wits committing so much into it, your money's not really good. You have the big AWP in that position, and he was kind of hiding behind the smokes, and he's only good for 1 in that position, and he can't fall away. Invictus, I like it. I like how they just open things up and then slow it down completely and just calculate what they want to do.
They've already figured out where the FAMAS is playing towards. And now the delayed long take. And there's just one player there, and it's Pro with the USB, and he's gonna get deleted right about... Well, oh, he gets a kill. That's big. That's actually very well done. And unfortunately for Wits, he's...
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. There we go. Derek, last man standing. There's nothing he can do here. And like you said, right, even though the scoreline looks very close, you look at the money for BREN, and that's worrying. Yeah, they might win a round. If they don't, again, money in the bin. And again, CD side, you gotta make these hard decisions. Do we go for the buy with no utility? Do we go for kind of like some FAMASs and some SMGs and then have the utility? What do you do, right? There's so many questions. And DOS 2 is one of the harder maps I feel in the CD side when it comes to economy management, because if you look at Inferno, you can just go for the utility buy and win rounds based purely of utility. Just with pistols and utility, you can just force the T's to go for a play, and you can just win a round with that. But then you have a round... Wait, hold on. What is this buy?
Well, I mean,
this buy?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, really. You know, you've got Pro here on a Deagle with nothing else, Derek with a full investment, Chulo just the CZ, and Jao with a full investment. Now, this isn't the most orthodox of buys, that's for sure.
That's a nice way to put it, Dinko. I usually talk about how, you know, BREN, yeah, they don't necessarily have the firepower, but they're not like, you know, they have an idea about how to approach the game and whatnot. This buy doesn't really help that statement.
So now you're running out of nice things to say, Blair, is what you're saying.
I think around a nice thing to say in week 2. Now I'm digging for nice things to say for BREN. And this is not one of them. 2 M4s. You have John, Derek, no money left. Wits goes for the scout, which is fine. He's still got extra money. And then you have Poppy and Pro deciding to go for the eco. Considering Pro is the in-game leader, I guess it's miscomms. I love the Molotov, but it's not deep enough. Pop doesn't spread.
Do they check?
Is he gonna check? Yeah, they do.
That's awkward. Well, Papachula, he did have an opportunity, but just couldn't really make it work. And now BREN, at least if they save the 2 M4s, it's not as bad. But
yeah, if they save,
it's still incredibly questionable.
All right, let's try and explain to our audience why this is bad, right? If Ja and Derek died there, how much money would they get? 2,400, 2,900? It won't be much. And then you have Wits, who's going to buy an op for himself. Poppy's going to buy up. Pro's going to buy up. And you have 2 players now who have to deal with maybe SMGs or pistols and ammo. So instead of handicapping yourself, you want to eco as a team and you want to buy as a team. And that, I feel, is the biggest problem. Destroyer's going to get a free kill there. So yeah, at least the rifle survived, Dingo. So that's...
That's the most important thing, completely.
Yeah. But still, what are you thinking? Don't buy it before in-game leader calls it out for you guys. Come on.
And I think that's kind of a testament to the fact that they probably are a little bit shaky in terms of their comms right now, and shaken up by Invictus just kind of banging them out. Because these rounds have been chaotic at the start of the rounds, and BREN haven't really been able to recover it. But finally, they're back to a solid buy. They'll have the AWP in the hands of Wits. They'll have rifles and everybody else. And they do somewhat survive the mistake in the last round. But Wits missing the shot and the players jumping out long, and immediately Invictus have control of A long again. Got players in the pit, Blair, and it's only been a couple of seconds.
Just sheer aggression. Destroyer teasing out Wits. Now, I don't know if Wits is aware that there's a player towards pit, but he should be assuming that. There are flashes popping off, smokes and well. Oh, flying. Both of them missing shots. Wits now trapped in the corner. He has a smoke ready. Preemptive smoke. He needs a flashbang to make his escape. Unfortunately, he's out of flashes. Poppy has one to help him out, but they want to hold on to it for the time being. A little bit of a stalemate here. Something where Invictus really, really are good on, Dinko, where they just slow it down, they wait for the opponents to make a mistake, flashbang's gonna pop... wait, that is... This is a terrible Molotov flying.
Well, there's one kill. Wits, you need to get these shots if you're going to be playing this card position. And now he's got eyes on the bomb. Now, Derek, up in towards short, Destroyer. Oh, good flashbang. That's going to allow him to get a kill. Great stuff from Shoutside. And Wits, oh, he's going to be dropped. Kind of in a one and done there. Papachulo swinging out towards Lord, trying to be the hero, but it's not enough just yet. And Invictus, they've got the A bomb site, and BREN completely far removed from this. Throws down in towards CT spawn. Ja trying to reposition towards A long. They do have a little bit of time to work with, having the bomb just being planted. And now Oi, he's got such a good position, but he's going to actually be slightly flashed by that. And Ja will take him away. Missed shot. Now Destroyer and Shoutside Gate trying to make it work for the Invictus side. They sit down in the site, they lock themselves in. They don't want to be giving anything away. And Ja, oh, Destroyer, that's a bit of a whiff, but eventually he will get it. And now 1 versus 1. He's half HP as he goes back to the ramp. Pro has an idea of where he is, but that Molotov
got something here. Again, utility will be kind of grim. I love the timings on some of these flashes from Invictus, right? I just love the little bit of, you know, the timing and the flashbangs, how they slow it down. They're okay to wait it out. They're okay for their opponents to make a mistake. And I think Invictus are one team who do a pretty good job with one of the fundamentals of CS, which we find missing in a lot of these games. One of the fundamentals being what we praised Tylo a lot for. The trade game is really, really good.
Yeah. It feels like a lot of these Chinese teams, apart from Vici, their whole play style is just simple Counter-Strike. You've got players that can just pop heads. So we'll use flashbangs, we'll make the flashbangs work, we'll develop a really simple default system to allow us to get the kills and win the rounds. And that's all they kind of do. And for me personally, it's fun to watch. I mean, it's very, very simple, and you're not going to see anything mind-blowing most of the time. But as long as they're doing it correctly, it's really nice to watch in comparison to seeing teams attempt strategies badly. Because then that just makes my brain bleed.
I agree. I feel like, you know, sometimes it's about playing the simple, correct Counter-Strike without making too many mistakes. And especially at this level in the Asian region, I think that's all it takes. The problem right now for the CTs are they've just given it. Look, there's no one looking long. Because they're not used to Invictus pushing up long, you know, going for these sort of contact plays at all. And that could be a problem here. Derek creeping up. Flashbang is good, but they're going to line up for him. There's a TK as well. That is unfortunate. The best timing possible for Derek. That is just brilliant. He was a little proactive and luck, a little bit of luck going his way. But hey, you know what? A round is a round. They'll take it. But the problem right now for BREN, I see on the city side is like, how many times have Invictus just gone for this long take, and how many times have they got long control? Like almost every single time they just bully. They just bully BREN back. And
how does Derek
Shoutside is going to be... I don't know. Shoutside is not going to be happy with that, but you did say this earlier, Deko. They have a lot of money.
Yeah, they have a lot of money, and another thing I said earlier was the fact that Invictus are quite good at just immediately answering back after a round loss. And there's the opening.
Why would he peek that? That's one of the easiest, if you're an operator going for a B pick, that's one of the easiest ways to get a pick, if a CD just gifts you that. And especially when you know you have Viva, or, you know, any of these players in the Invictus side with an op, then you know they aren't necessarily going to keep going long every round. It's just not a worthwhile risk to take from Wits. I feel like that was a little bit of a mistake from him.
Well, that advantage now given over to Invictus. Ja picks up the mantle of the AWP, but right now it's hard to see. Oh, that's a good nade. There's quite a bit of damage onto every player, really, just a sprinkle. Now 55 seconds. Molotov down towards CT. Pro under pressure now. We'll see if he can hold on. First kill's his. Can he get more than just the one? He'll flick, and there it is. Destroy goes down, and the Southside J gets the trade back. And now it's Ja, Papachulo, and Derek, the last 3 remaining players, and now just 2 as BREN hold the man deficit. The bomb being planted. Papachulo shut down on the edge of the smoke. Shoutside Gate can see him, and he cannot. And now it's Ja on his own. 1 versus 3. Back it away, trying to see if they open in the next round. This is what I was talking about. Invictus are so good at just coming into the next round with a different idea and getting it under their belt. And BREN, they can't really adapt fast enough. They can't figure out how to defend against anything Invictus do. They give them an opening kill, they're dying first, Their last round, they decided to concede long. Luckily, it kind of works out for them. And when I say luckily, very lucky stuff coming in from Derek. It just hasn't been convincing at all from BREN. Either they win very unconvincingly, or they lose convincingly, and that's not a good, not a good sign.
And I think you hit the nail right on the head there when it comes to how Invictus are approaching this. They've been doing pretty much the same thing over and over, and it's actually working out for them, right? So they haven't really had to kind of dig deep into their strat book and try and figure out, all right, guys, we're running out of ideas. What do we do right now? No, they have so many options available to them. They haven't even tried that B bomb site properly yet, apart from the pistol round. Sorry, apart from the first buy round. And yet, it's looking very comfortable. I like this, though. I like the switcher from BREN. And they're being a little bit more proactive. They're not playing Invictus's game in this round. Instead of going for the long control, they're like, you know what, let's set up to it short. Maybe Invictus might be sending a player up fast over there, and Witz catches him out. There's going to be Oi taken out. We have another casualty, Ja finding Destroyer towards B tons, and that's going to leave the 3 members of Invictus. It's going to be Viva flying in Shocksage, slowly creeping out towards long, but once more, it's going to be Witz waiting alongside Pro.
Well, Witz just got a bit of an angle here, but he hits the shot, but it's a leg shot onto Viva. Now he goes back and finishes off his prey. And, what a round from Witz. Starts off the round with a grid opening down and towards short, repositions back to the A bomb site, and takes down 2 players. And that's more like it from BREN. That's what we want to see from Witz. We know he's capable of this kind of stuff. We know he has that skill, which is why it's so frustrating when he doesn't show up. But this is just fantastic stuff from Witz. I think for the longest time, Blair, he was leading the way in terms of AWP kills and opening kills as well. So we know he can be a pivotal part of this BREN team.
He can, and he has his moments, right, when he suddenly, it's like he gets unleashed. Like this round, for example, look at him pushing below tunnels. There's no one
to
really back him up. But yeah, they're gathering so much information. That's gonna draw the, and that's gonna actually draw the rotation here. This could work out wonderfully for BREN. Finally, it took them a few rounds, Dinko, but finally they've had enough of playing defend the bomb sites. They're taking the fight to Invictus, and you know what? It actually might work out here. If they can make this a 8-7 scoreline, still going to favor Invictus, I think it's going to be a major win for BREN.
Definitely, it could have been a far worse affair for them. Best case scenario, in fact, finding 7 rounds. So while the flash going around the corner, good. Allows Destroyer to get across safely, and he's cutting in towards the bomb site. Pro's going to be under pressure. His head just peeking over the top, and there it is. Destroyer, long-winded, but eventually will get the kill. Witz on the near shuts down, shouts that gate, and Destroyer taken down from the FAMAS. So now a 3 versus 3. Witz has been the bane of Viva's existence in the last round, but we'll see if he can do it again. It's around number 14. Invictus still not on the bomb site with the bomb. Viva just kind of patiently waiting. There's that AWP Mitch loves. Shocked to find it was 3k, or 3.9k. And well, Witz just around the corner. Flying, swings out on towards the bomb site, flash up into the air, and now Witz just tucked in the corner, springing into action. He spots one head, but okay, that's nice. Right under the head of Flying, now it's Viva. A 1 versus 2, and he's not really connecting the shots right now, and he's going to walk right into the open, double peeking him. That is fantastic from BREN. Really well played in the 2 versus 1. And it's 6 rounds picked up for them.
That was, yeah, they were almost out of utility as well, and Witz needed to hit the shot. I like how he reacted so quickly, like, because 2 had just poking out there, you now have to make a decision immediately, like, all right, which one do I shoot? And he just goes to the flick, lands it, good trades. I like how to play towards Cat. Once Viva missed the shot, he fell on back, kind of baited Viva into going for the slow wide peak, and finding 2 players. And with that, entering the final round of this first half, Invictus finally, Dinko, the money has been depleted by BREN. Down to the AK, down to the FAMAS, but more scarily, down to the Deagles.
Well, Witz. Oh, he's going to spot Oi. Now, I'm loving this Witz. He's just kind of turned on. He's looking brilliant in these last couple of rounds and showing up and getting a lot of important kills for the side. Too low. Well, tried to run boost, didn't really work for them. Viva goes down, Flying. Well, the Leon, now the quick play up towards short. They look to just try and cut through the defense on this A bomb side. Now Witz is under pressure. He misses the first shot, but he's not going to miss twice. He goes back and gets rid of shouts out gay. Another kill for Witz. He might just shut it all down on his own, and that's exactly what he's going to do. 16 and 10. Huge performance from Wits, leading the way on his team by quite a substantial margin, nearly double the kills of the second player on the team. This is the performance we've been waiting for, and it's Dust2 who are talking about it, Blair. This is where Wits can show up on the CT side, AWPing. And it wasn't really looking good for him, I have to say, at the start, but since he warmed up a little bit, started firing.
I also feel like when it comes to Wits, they started performing once Pro said, hey, you know what? We're not gonna force you to just hold onto the bomb side, just hold towards long. Do what you want to do, or maybe he's telling him where to go. But him being more mobile as an opera, being a little bit more unpredictable with his presence, I think that's really working out for him. Getting fixed towards mid, getting fixed towards long. As Poppy's gonna open it up, finding Destroyer, and Oi's gonna fall as well. Poppy with the 2 quick openings, and Wits, if timing works out, he should fly flying here. The Glock will not win out though, missing quite a few of his shots, and flying's gonna get on top of him. Now it's Xiaosage. Spots 1. Backup is nearby. The flashbang could be perfect. It is brilliant. The flash is perfect. But Xiaosage good for just 1 kill. Now all 3 CTs here, Dinko. It's a 3v3, and it's going to be flying. Just going to get boosted up. Are they going to be expecting this is the question? Pro, not expecting it. He's going to get on top of it. And flying will, well, his footstool's been taken off. Viva will fall. And Poppy with 3K as a bomb gets planted.
Well, Xiaosage going up in towards short, flying. Still got a kit, so plenty of time to still play with. But BREN certainly looking good for them, thanks to Papachulo. Xiaosage does damage to the Goose player, but they're not peeking. They're not giving away anything. And Derek's spot, well, this is huge. Flying comes around the corner, not even looking at him. Now Xiaosage, still 2 players to find, and Derek just takes his head right off through the box. And it's it apiece. We're evened up here in Dust2. What was looking like an indomitable half potentially coming in from Invictus, it all falls away from them, and they don't get off to a good start going into the second half either. It's both pistol rounds now going in favor of BREN.
At this point, that's just a drive-by shot through the smoke. And of course, information probably conveyed by his teammate there, you know, that there was a player boosted up. Down to the Deagles, 3 Deags, 2 Scouts. It's kind of crazy how the score is like 8-8 despite, like you said, you know, BREN winning both pistol rounds. This is also why I'm not necessarily a huge fan of Dust2 as your first pick. I feel like it's always scary, right? And this happens to teams at the highest levels as well. Unless your opponent just don't play Dust2 at all, even then, most teams have an idea how to approach the map, and as long as they have the players to step up, it could work on out. Oh, Oi just deletes Derek, crouch peeking around the corner. Talk about his Deagles, Dinko, I'm sorry, getting confused here. Deagles, Dingo. Dingo's isn't Dingo a dog, Australian dog?
Like
yeah, it is.
Wild sort of dog thing.
I think that's the only, like, I don't think it barks. I've read about it. It's like they don't
Kills
make
things,
any
though.
barking. It kills things. It kills humans as well, as far as I'm aware. Dangerous. But BREN, right now, heading towards B. They have the 4 rifles, and it's all down to flying. Up close, Deagle body shots. I don't know, Dinko.
Well, he could make it work here. Flying, trying to go around the corner. Gonna find Chad just right in front of him. The first kill, oh, nearly the second, but Papachulo is there. Flying goes down, and Viva, a big double on the Deagle. No way! No way! How does this happen again? And again, Oi with a kill. Viva just stands in the window and gets a double as they run out. And the 1 kill through the door from Destroyer. This game is ridiculous. 9 to 8 on the board. Invictus, just keep losing pistol rounds. That's all I have to say, because these second rounds are just better.
How good was the timing on that flashbang, though? Like, the timing on the flashbang for flying to... Well, basically, he got the first kill, but he would have got that kill if the flash hadn't blinded everyone else in the tunnels. It's a god-tier flash, perfectly timed aggression, and all because of Oi. It was all because of Oi. Oi getting the kill towards long, holding on to the long double doors. Basically, it cut off a lot of avenues for BREN. So they're like, all right, we've lost long control. We can head towards short, but rather just go towards B, right? Because there could be 2 players playing towards long, and B seemed like the better option. I can't really blame them for it, but just the sheer timing on the flashbang, and of course, flying and Viva just shutting it down. Force buy for BREN now. They have the Deagle. Derek has Kevlar and a Glock. That's a little strange. Could have been dropped a weapon by Pro or by Wits, but I guess they're like, Derek, no, you're not good enough.
Give him a deagle. What are you guys doing? Just give him a deagle. This is hard to watch. Why have you got a player with Kevlar utility and he's got a Glock? That just makes zero sense. You have three
And
players with nothing. Two players, should I say?
Well, they have $700 as well. They could just give him that. But...
Yeah.
Oh! Get wrecked! That was such a sick shot from Witch, just going with a wide swing. And look at Oi, though. Look at Oi, Dinko.
No, he's having a good time. Oi. Anyway, he gets himself 2 kills. And now it's just Ja left alone. 1 versus 3. A deagle in his hands. Well, he has found one into the round now. Galil. He'll be running forward down into a short flying in front of him. And he's going to spray away. But flying is there with the headshot. 10 rounds on the board for Invictus. If I were to tell you that BREN won the pistol in the second half, if you missed it, you probably wouldn't even believe me.
I believe you.
True. But then again, you know about Invictus and their deagles.
It's just ludicrous how many rounds they've won this series in this tournament so far just with the pistols, man. It is so ludicrous. And it's not against like just BREN. It's against Tyloo. It's against almost every team playing the tournament. And Xiaosage, he likes his Zog. And it's pretty much a full eco here. Just a P250 in the hands of Wits. And Destroyer, well, the Molotov is going to do so much damage. Destroyer is going to find a kill. If they get the bomb down, it could be big! As Wits gets the kill, only P250, but he doesn't have time to get the bomb down. And I believe the MP9 will be upgraded to the M4. So just the one casualty. 11-8 for Invictus, and now the buy coming in for BREN.
Now, this is the first real test for Invictus other than the pistol round. We'll see if BREN can do anything with it. They haven't really got that open play, so it is just going to be the 5 rifles. We knew this is where Wits can be less impactful, so this is where we look to Papichulo and Derek to show us what they can do. And Flashbang's going to go out towards long. Invictus looking for early control here. They send a couple players down. Leave Oi now just tucked in the blue bin. This is actually a setup we'll see from the quite often. And now pushing to the B bomb site seems to be the call, but good smoke from flying. It kind of holds it off. They were trying to send one player in, but I think when BREN see the initial resistance, now they realize, well, we can just slow it down a little bit. We've wasted a bit of utility. We can slow the time down. We've still got plenty of utility left of our own. We don't have to commit to anything yet. So I kind of like this from BREN.
Oh. They didn't expect Oi to be in T-spawn, did they? What's he doing here, Dinko? Please. Like, did he spawn here? What is this madness?
You never really know what's going on, do you, in these kind of games where you have players just everywhere on the map. It makes zero sense. And now the T's are backing this way. Oh.
You have to. You have to. You can't leave that guy towards T-spawn. But I like what Oi has done. He's like, all right. Now you're paranoid. I've eaten away about at least 20 to 30 seconds from your time. I'm just going to go back to long doors. I still have control of this of this part of the map. What are you going to do about it? 30 seconds, Dinko.
Well, 25 seconds in play now at this point, and they're gathering up in short. They have no real other option but to commit to the same bomb site now, and Destroyer is currently waiting for them. If they don't get rid of him with this flashbang, then this is going to be a big issue. Luckily, the flashes are ready to be deployed, and they double flash him. They haven't crossed yet. There's still players trying to hold them off, and now Destroyer has a good position. Unblinded again, and they don't have any utility to neutralize him, but they do have Wits' AK cutting through his head, but the jump shot from Viva! The denial of the bomb plant from the jumping Galil, and it's 12-8 on the board, 4 away from victory, and Invictus are just styling on BREN in these rounds now. This is annoying for them.
This is why you play against some of these
Wits
teams.
dying after time.
Oh no.
It's got $800.
At least they have some pistols, I guess. That's why on especially, like, doesn't matter what map it is. On a T side, you need to have some of your early defaults. You need to make sure that the CDs don't push in, because this is Invictus. Imagine if playing against Tyloo where they have somebody. He's got to push everywhere. And then you're going to be wondering, wait, why is he behind us with like 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock? That's a nice shot from Derek, though. Giving Xiaosage a taste of Invictus' own medicine.
Or flying.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, stay aggressive. It's not even so much needed, but obviously having lost that player kind of put a little bit of pressure on them, so I like it from flying, getting aggressive. Luckily it works out for him. You know, there is a world in which he goes down to the pistols, but it's the risk he's willing to take and gets the advantage back in. So it's a 4 versus 4. Papachulo trying to make his way around the corner. Death is almost confirmed. He made a step there, I think, as well. Boy, completely ready for it. Destroyer off towards long, no flashes, nothing to neutralize his position now, so he'll have to kill as he just peeks back and forth. He'll take them all down. 13-8 on the board. This is close up until a point. This was it, and now it's 13-8. So we are starting to get to the end of this map, it feels, and if BREN don't win this round, that's going to be increasing. And I would have liked to see Wits on the T side up here to see what he can do, but because he died after time not so long ago, he's not going to have enough into this gun round. So
Poppy could drop him, maybe.
I would like that. That would make
but
sense.
But considering they didn't even give a deagle to one of the players earlier, I don't know.
Imagine he doesn't drop this to Wits. That's just, yeah.
Yeah, at this point you give it to Wits. He's really feeling it. He's really been on point up. Yeah, there we go. Wait, what?
No, of course. No, of course. Wits is just far away from Papachulo, so they're going to be dropping the weapon across the players, past the parcel, perhaps. Depending on Pro's spawn, he has a good B spawn.
Yeah.
But he's going A. And he's peeking middle.
Nah, it's fair, I guess.
Well, they're looking for quick long control, and they're going to send players out here. And all our theory crafting doesn't really play out too well. I think it was because Wits is actually the second man in towards long. They just wanted to try and take this long control and use the best spawns possible. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there we go. And it goes into his hands now, so. Okay, back to normality. Bit of a slower round. We can actually breathe. Long control has been taken from BREN. No one here for Invictus. They don't have anybody down into this position.
This is actually kind of passive from the CTs as well. Like, you have, I think it's Viva just spawning towards short, looking for anyone coming up, but now slowly we have, yeah, flying. Just pushing up tunnels, gathering information. That's exactly what you need to do in a scenario like this. And we have 4 CTs ready and waiting.
Yeah, now this becomes a big issue for BREN because they've taken so long. And you can see how aware they are that Invictus will get aggressive. But luckily, the 2 kills coming in. Ja and Wits getting the frags. And now Viva, he's trying to be a little bit shrewd, trying to play on the edge of the smoke. But the smoke's gone now, and he's just in the open, looking a little bit exposed. And, well, the round's done. Invictus just got absolutely wrecked. And that was looking good for them. They had the read, well, not the read, they had the information. They went over towards the A bomb side. They had the stack ready, but every player just kind of implodes.
Flying, you gotta think is that, oh, really, maybe you could get the kill as well. And that was a very good run from BREN. Also for Invictus, I feel like they overplayed their hand, right? You have the information. You know where they're coming in from. You can just set up the trap. Instead, they overextended, use the smokes, going for the wide swing. I mean, what, you weren't expecting BREN to have a buy? Because I don't know why you'd go wide swinging. I think that was Shaosagi went for the wide swing towards top of A ramp. When you should assume that they probably have an AWP or maybe, you know, AK is strained into position as Wits. Oh, nice shot into Viva. But he's expecting flying. Flying should be very careful. Molotov out, but Wits gonna do a smart thing. There's no need to face, no need to run on out. He's done a great job finding one problem player on the B bomb side. And finally, it's a little bit of success, Dinko, but at least something going the way of BREN.
Well, Shaosagi, he's going to be there, but Jack comes around the corner with a headshot. You look for more, but Oi, gonna say no, gets rid of him. Now 3 versus 4, still favouring BREN. There are a couple of options still available to Invictus to try and win this, and Oi, he's going to walk over the top, catches Derek, but he's not ready for the second player in the lower tunnel. So Pro is able to trade. Still looking good for BREN, especially having Papachulo just walking up A long right now. No one on the A bomb site. Flying is going to check over here, but comes down to timing whether or not he checks the right time of Papachulo moving forward. There's no smoke here, so he has to cross dry. And while Flying is fully focused on this now. This becomes a big issue for Papachulo. Good positioning from Flying. He's the kill quickly. And there's the headshot. Papachulo nearly winning it, but now the attention's turned back over towards B and Destroyer. He's going to go the long way, allowing Flying to try and play for the B bomb site. Flashes out through the door. Just up to the window, trying to delay. Allow Destroyer to get in from behind, who's now switched to the AK-47 for the play instead of the AWP. And now, he gets caught in position. Flying just moves through at the right time. And now it's a 1 versus 1. Pro against Destroyer. Only a couple of points of health, and Destroyer is going to take him down. Good quick positioning. And it's a 1 versus 1 going in favor of Invictus.
That was such a well-played 2v2 there. That was so well played. Like, the moment that he was going to be B, you saw the flashbang. And the flashbang wasn't to get the kill. That was just to gather information, right? He spots out where the Opera was. He conveys information to Destroyer. And then he goes for the peak while the bomb was getting planted. The moment Destroyer, tries, I think he threw a bit of utility onto the second player who was playing towards tunnels. And then, of course, the peak comes in. Good trades. He's done the damage into the bomb planter and Destroyer to finish it off. Very, very well handled by Invictus, considering it was a 2v3. And they lost Viva early on towards the B bomb site. So BREN still, at least if you ignore the scoreline, if that 14-9 scoreline, they still have a little bit of an edge here. If they can somehow win this round, they've broken the money for Invictus. And they could potentially claw back. They still have a little bit of residual cash as well inside of their bank accounts. You can see like 3K on Pro, 2K on Derek, 1800 on Poppy as well. Now, it's not that much of money, but when you're on the T side, it's so much easier to work with. Let's see if they can somehow string a few rounds together here to make this a little bit more competitive. And yeah, Dinko, now when you ask me if like, hey, did you realize BREN won both the pistol rounds? Now I find it hard to believe. Winning both the pistols and being 14-9 down, that's just terrible.
It's I mean, it's less embarrassing, I guess, against Invictus because it can happen to anyone. But yeah, it's never a good feeling losing like this after winning both of the pistol rounds, setting yourself up for so much early success and it not really going your way at all. Flying, how many times have we seen him in this position, push the tunnels? Oh, he's going to get caught this time though. Pro tears his head off, and now that's the B bomb site completely open. There was no one close by. There's no one near that B bomb site to try and help.
I really like this from BREN. It took them a while, Dinko, but they finally did manage to adapt. And they're just going to go for the jump cross, which is risky, but the fact that they have actually no utility. And Invictus, they're like, yeah, we're going to nope out of there. It's fine. They have no money, like you said. They have broken the economy. Although I still see Invictus buying up here, since if they save these 3 guns, because you have Destroyer in 2300. He's going to, of course, get a little bit of bonus money as well. And that should allow him to drop a weapon towards Flying. Viva will unfortunately have to buy for himself. And Viva's having a very quiet game, actually. Sitting just on 7 kills.
I didn't get a chance to bring this up in the pregame, but Viva is so inconsistent right now. He has these games where he drops 30 in one map. Map before that, he had 3. Like, what's going on? It just doesn't really make sense.
It's he's kind of the X factor for the team, right? But I feel like he's allowed that much of inconsistency in his performance, mainly because of how consistent everyone else is in his team. Like, for example, look at this game right now. Look at the kills that Oi and Destroyer have, and then look at everyone else, right? Like, yeah, sure, Flying and Xiao Sage, they're doing pretty well, 17 kills apiece. And you look at Oi in 22 and Destroyer in 20, and you don't usually talk about Oi or Destroyer when it comes to Invictus. You talk about Viva, Xiao Sage, and Flying. And then you have games like this where Oi and Destroyer just do the job. That's more than enough. As we do have, so much damage dealt on the Derek, but he stays alive. And that's big. That's 1 rifle taken away, another rifle taken away, and Xiao Sage left alone.
Yeah, this rifle should be done now. Good stuff for BREN. Maybe he's starting to get together towards the later stages of Dust 2. Now Papachulo just going to spam through Viva going down. Just Xiao Sage left alone, and he is gone. 14-11. Another round picked up for BREN.
(14-11). I still see a world where this could happen. I still see BREN being able to just grind this one back. They've kind of figured out what Invictus like to do on this CD side here. Just hold W and just push in everywhere. And now, Invictus, just with deagles. Now I'm scared for BREN. Now I'm worried, Dinko.
It's funny, we don't really care when they have rifles. You know, you see a world in which BREN just pick it up, but these kind of rounds, you never really know what's going to happen. And I think BREN are probably aware of that and savvy of the fact that perhaps Invictus could win this kind of round. We've seen so many times, but BREN playing this one slow. They give a lot of respect to the pistols. They know what Invictus can do with them, so just can't sit back. And now looking down middle for the fight. Viva struggling to break double digits right now. 7 kills. Not gonna get anything in this round either.
They waited till it was just 1 minute left on the clock before they budged. They had every angle covered. We had Wits from T-spawn of spotting towards long. No entry whatsoever for the CTs. And now, slow pressure being exerted towards short, but the bomb heading towards tunnels means it's going to be a B hit, and that's, I feel like, the perfect call. But finally, Xiaosage waited for a very long time to go, but finally the flank coming in. And with that, CTs might be aware that it is going to be hit towards B, and as one player, the Destroyer, deagle in hand. One, no, not a single kill. And that's another clean round coming out from the T's. And suddenly, this is looking very doable. This is actually very, very doable. Now, you have this buy for Invictus. If BREN can string another round together, it doesn't matter how many players they lose. You can lose all 5 players as long as you win the round, because they have so much money in the bank. You once more kind of made the economy hurt quite a bit for Invictus, and it can get to 14 rounds, you can tie things up, and from then on, it's anyone's game. So, good resilience coming out from BREN, and I gotta say, some pretty good adaptation as well. They're able to kind of figure out how to handle this play for Invictus, and then suddenly they switch it up. Suddenly they go for the long play, and Viva, his woes continue on this map.
Yeah, he's just not really having a great time right now. 7 and 15. You can not point it out for a long time, especially when they're winning convincingly. But when it gets into these crucial rounds and he's still not doing anything, not finding any impact whatsoever, other than feeding the first kill, well, then we start to question it. And now 3 players over towards B, going through the lower tunnels. Wits towards top middle. That's got Jack coming around to assist him at top mid. Destroyer waiting by him. Wits, that's the patient play. Cashes out Destroyer, and now 2 kills for BREN. What's just happened here? BREN have turned into a good team in terms of how to play this game, and they haven't been doing that for the last couple of rounds, and it looked like Invictus were about to close it, but BREN realized their backs are against the ropes. They turn things around, and their system is looking strong. The individuals are hitting their shots. They're patiently waiting. They've got a good read that Invictus are sometimes a little overzealous, and they've taken liberties in terms of the map control, and well, luckily for BREN, they're working things out. 2 kills picked up for them. Xiaosage though, the good anchor on the safe bomb site, nearly gets 3 kills. The nade goes up, the flash around the corner as well. Now Wits is going to be feeling the pressure. Xiaosage doesn't want to go around the corner. He wants to stay alive, but now he really needs to do more. A 3rd kill collected for him, a 4K. Xiaosage doing everything from the A-bomb site. Somehow, this guy delivers time and time again. And it's Oi with the headshot as well. That is unbelievable from Xiaosage.
It's literally a one-man army at the A-bomb site. Like, BREN did everything right. They did everything correct. They get the 2 opening kills. Invictus are just feeding them kills. They had split out that the defense as well. They knew just 1 player towards A, and Xiaosage has got that AUG and 4 kills. You know what? I feel like he would have even got the ace if he hadn't got stolen away from him.
That's
My God, how?
The AUG, man, as well.
Nerf it. Actually, no, please don't nerf it. I think it's in a good place.
It's
Flying. Ooh.
So far, so good in terms of the trades, and well, there it is from BREN. They've got the B bomb site. Utility being used up, holding him at bay. Xiaosage is over here. You know what? They realize, okay, Xiaosage is playing A. Let's go B. Let's stay away from this guy. Completely. It's a bit safe call now, yeah. Oh, well, 15-12. I mean, if they save every weapon, it's not too bad. At least they'll be able to compete in the next round. But that's a good reply from BREN.
That's you with the 2 players holding there. Viva has just been struggling today. He didn't get a single kill there when it just came funneling out, especially with Flying's position. You expect Viva to, you know, make contact, right? You get one kill, do some damage. Flying's there. He's good for at least one. Oi. I'm not sure about that, Dinko. Were the exits worth it?
Nope.
Do you know, like, do you know how to do basic math? Oi. I mean, I'm sure being in school, I'm sure you know how the loss bonus system works. I'm sure you know BREN are rich as hell right now, and you losing the M4 is absolutely just not worth it. You know what? I'm smelling an overtime. I'm smelling OT of map number 1.
I mean, how many days in a row has this been where we've had OT in the first map of the day?
I've lost count.
Yeah, it's. I think we've had it quite a few days in a row now. I'll have to look into that. And what Wits shuts down Flying. That's a good opening kill. And now they can just run B again. But Viva's over here. This is where he needs to step up. One kill on the scout, but you can't really expect too much more from that weapon. Shouts at Gay, though. You can expect a lot from this man. He's been incredible, and he's not going to get anything. Oh, Destroyer now walking through, trying to pick up the scraps, but the round's down again. 15-14. Money in the bin for Invictus. And this is definitely looking like overtime.
What are you doing? Why have you... Dinko. It's 15-13. You've lost a B bomb site. It's a 4v3. Favoring your opposition. You know you have no money for the next round. And you go in for the retakes one by one. That's worse than some of the retake servers I play on. And trust me, there's a pretty absolute crap players I've played with and against on some of these local retake servers. And even they know that this is probably one of those rounds is not really worth it. Pro's going to find Oi. And unfortunately, Dinko, I think I'm right. I smelled it overtime. Looks like my nose is correct this time around. That's just abysmal. Abysmal for Invictus. Like, terrible decision making the past 2 rounds.
Well, Wits in the pit, shots at Gate. Just with the barrel poking out a little bit, Wits knows. Just go for the wallbang. You can wallbang that completely. You can shoot straight through that box. You can do it. Shoot the box. Wait. Why? Just... Oh, well, I guess he doesn't know that you can do that. Well, Mr. Wits.
Well, he was expecting to jump, I guess.
But you could just wallbang it straight away. It does... you can do so much damage through it. You see the barrel. You can line up the head. Just go for the shot. Oh, well, maybe he doesn't know you can wallbang that. And in that case, I'm a little confused. But I guess that's the only reasonable explanation for me.
Or maybe he's not very good at, you know, aligning things up.
Well, his head just doesn't work that way, maybe.
Yeah. Overtime coming up. Nice shot from Xiaosage there too onto Pro, but that's the only thing he'll get. Incredible comeback from BREN. Grinding it out. Some very well played rounds coming out from them. The decision making has been really on point. Apart from the one round where Xiaosage just picked up 4 kills all by his lonesome. Apart from that, they have looked like the better team. Helped out by the fact that Invictus is a team I would not trust with money. I would never trust them with money. Ever. Now, if they, once their professional careers are done and they move on to maybe other professional careers outside of gaming, one thing I'd advise them not to do is to, you know, do anything to do with stock market or economy or anything to do with money. Please don't, because the past 2 rounds have been the worst. Well, rather, the past 3 rounds have been some of the worst, the most terrible decision-making I've made economy-wise, especially looking at the scoreline. It just... I'm out of words. I know I'm just harping on it time and time again. I'm just repeating myself here like a broken record, but it has to be pointed out. That is just crap money management.
Taking way too many liberties, way too confident, I feel, as well. A little bit cocky in terms of what they can do with the weaker buys. You can't rely upon it so often. You have to get the weapons out as often as possible. But now, double overtime, they've gone for the big investment of the double op setup. It's going to be Viva and Destroyer pulling them in play. And Viva has been so quiet. 8 kills, and we're in overtime. Obviously, he had a team kill, but 9 kills, still not even enough. Such a weird Game from him. He does have these games where he's completely unimpactful. Remember back to that Inferno game where he got 3 kills the entire match? It's incredible. I think he's quite possibly one of the only individuals I can see have such a high skill ceiling and then drop off completely in one map. Well,
Welcome to the Viva show.
yeah, it's kind of weird. Well, he's gonna of course hit that shot. Just takes down Papachulo. I wouldn't be surprised if he just kind of ends in above double figures, like 15 kills in overtime. That's the kind of stuff that Viva can do, and it's annoying that it's not consistent while flying. He's going to be holding on. Good double kills. They run out of the tunnels. It's Jam Pro both going down, and now finally, Invictus went around. Imagine if they had rifles, player. This is what happens when you have guns.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You could probably get the rifles if you don't go for a retake in a 4v4 or 3v4, 1 by 1 by 1, with no utility, not looking at your money, not realizing you just have 1 round remaining. Yeah, you would have probably had the rifles in Invictus Gaming, but no, they want to play in hard mode. I kind of want BREN to win this. I'm not biased, but I kind of want BREN to win this.
I'm not biased. Proceeds to be
biased.
biased.
I'm not biased. No, I'm not biased at all. I just want BREN to win this, just to punish Invictus for just abysmal money management. Ugh. Bad taste in my mouth. What's a coffee? No, it's Invictus.
Spit them out, player. Well, double ops out continues for Invictus. Over here for BREN, we're now starting to get down to the last few moments where we'll see money in the bank for them. If they lose this round, they will be gone. Wits not going to take the shot. Instead, they're going to go quickly in towards A long, where Destroy is currently waiting. He's blinded. He's forced away. He's going to throw a flash in reply.
This is an interesting setup, right? Like you have a heavy presence towards Cat, you have a player up towards mid. That's I think it's Viva with the AWP, and you have a player towards B tons. Not much information. Invictus not really looking to contest much. Now with the flashbangs popping out from long, that's gonna be the tell. Now Destroyer aware, smoking off guard. I like that. I like that. I like that bait. That's gonna make BREN pretty paranoid.
Well, it's one of the slower rounds where no one's died and there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. We haven't had that often. Flash around the corner. Should be coming in. There's none available for BREN now. Oh, the utility is a big issue for them. Shoutsake, he just sits back up around the corner. Viva is getting assist, getting that kill. Shoutsake drops off, Destroy with a kill. Papachulo and Wits though. Somehow, a flurry of kills for them in tandem, and it's back into a 3 versus 3. It's death across the board, and well, the time it is gone. Why? What's going on, Blatt?
I don't know. Don't ask me these questions.
Has BREN just kind of forgotten how to play Counter-Strike in overtime? What has happened? They were looking so good.
You look at where the bomb is, you look at the time, they did not pressure Invictus at all. And Invictus were not taking fights, right? They were playing very passively. There's barely 20 seconds remaining. That one Molotov from Shoutsage pretty much sealed the deal.
Terrible round. Well now, last round of the first half of overtime. The buy is still pretty weak here for BREN. They don't have much utility at all. Oi going a little bit of a push, an excursion in towards the longhouse, but doesn't want to stick around. And now BREN. Well, 3 players up in towards short. 4th player about to gather with him, but the bomb, it's on its own in towards tunnels. Now, you've been going up against Flying, who's been getting aggressive time and time again into these tunnels, so I'd be a little bit scared just having the one Deagle there.
I'd probably keep the bomb dropped towards lower tunnels, so even if he gets taken down by Flying, at least Flying doesn't have the information that, you know, that was a bomb carrier. But, well, looks like not really going to be aggressing Dinko. Once again, I feel like it's going to come to the capable hands of Poppy, Wits. Actually, everyone stepped up for BREN in this map. Everyone's been firing off on all cylinders, Wits especially during a regulation. And now, they come creeping on out. It's going to be the B hit. 2 players. No one towards... Oh, attack comes in on the Jaw being sacrificial. But now, Oi and Destroy, they strike. They're not able to cross on over. They had no utility. And Flying, hiding at the edge of the smoke. Viva's going to find Pro. And Poppy left alone. 20 seconds. There's nothing he can do. It's going to be 18 rounds for Invictus. A flawless first half here, Dinko. And that is just gutting for BREN. They bring it back to overtime. And in the end, it was all for naught.
Flawless, basically, for here from Invictus. And, I mean, they weren't even tested at all throughout the first half of overtime. Now they have 3 opportunities to take it over the line. It's hard to see a world in which they don't do that. They'll just have to completely implode. Well, BREN. That's to be flawless from them here on the CT side. And they looked pretty weak on the CT side.
Yeah, that's worrying. I mean, I don't know what happened. Like, once it got to overtime, it's like, they're like, all right, guys, so, you know, let's take it safe now. No, don't do that. You know, you're winning. Whatever you're doing is working out. You should have continued doing that. But Invictus getting second win. Eva with the op on the T side. Hopefully he gets a little bit more success here. He's been extremely quiet, while everyone else on his side has been stepping up. But this is a problem in Invictus, right? We've seen this in all the games they've played so far. Yes, they've only lost to Vici. And... who else did they lose to? They lost to another team, right?
Divine Vendetta, maybe?
No, I don't think so. I'm just going to look at the results. They lost to Vici, and... They've only lost to Vici? Okay.
Well, that's impressive.
And they even beat Tai Lu. But all the games they've had...
Tiger.
Oh yeah, they lost to Tiger as well.
Yeah,
nothing like, you know, they lost to Tiger, they lost to Vici, but even the games they've won have been so very close. Oh, the flashbang is perfection, but Derek is good for 2. There's a crucial double kill. He's going to make his escape out from that little bit of a corner as well. This A hit, though, is looking inevitable, but Wits there again with the AWP. Always reliable so far on this map. Destroyer almost hits a kill onto Pro. And the 4v2 definitely favoring the Filipino side now. And Destroyer's making a lot of noise. He's making a ton of noise. They're probably going to try and sell something. He's going to get the kill on the Jaw, though. No, he's not. Jaw's going to get the kill. A great shot from Viva. No scope. Kiss of death on the Pro. 1v3, unlikely to think. 28 seconds left on the clock. He's going to make this one work. But there are too many players waiting for him. Wits with the AWP. Misses the shot, though. And Viva, you give him a chance. He's going to snatch it away from you. Flashbang up high. Viva avoids it. Spots a second player. That's an insane flick. There's another player. He's aware of where Wits is. And Wits misses the shot. 10 seconds. And it's going to be Viva. Another kill. This is absolutely nuts from him. 1v1 now. Jaw and Viva. And Viva.
Oh.
He clutches it out. The 1v4. Are you kidding me? That is insane. That is absolutely nuts, Stinko. Like, how?
I told you, it's just Viva things. He can be absolutely dreadful the entire map and then just pull that off at the end. What is this guy made of? It's unbelievable, and it's just hard to sort of fathom. But when we take a look at Invictus overall coming into this, they should be the team. We just get to see this again. How is that? How does that hit?
2 no-scopes. That flick shot, which we don't even know how he hits, and of course a final normal shot to end the round. He was pretty much crap the entire game.
Yeah,
The final round is like, yeah, let me plug my mouse in 1v4 easy. So like, Jason, Mitch, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun though.
I gotta ask you at the
sure was. It sure was.
Is that 1v4?
He's muted. Both of you are muted. My God.
Well, we are
terrible.
caster pairs, so we like to make sure that we're in
Synergy
sync.
is there.
I'm gonna ask you off the bat, Blood. Does that 1v4 make up for his lackluster play throughout the map?
No, it doesn't.
But it won him the game.
They would have won the game anyway, I feel like. You know, you have a flawless first half and overtime. For Invictus, they just made it harder for themselves, right? BREN they won both the pistol rounds, and yet Invictus are leading so formidably. And then some of their decisions they made, just not saving, just going for these 4 spies. I don't even know what's going on at times.
Yeah, I think this was definitely a very loose game by both teams. And I have to wonder again, BREN, I guess in a way it's what we expect from them. I know that the decision making was maybe a little bit too much. But if you're Invictus, I guess you're coming in, you're not really treating this game as being the most important. It's not like it's the grand final. You know you're guaranteed your spot in the playoffs. They're very high seeded as well already, so there's not too much to worry about. One massive bonus though that I want to look at was Wits. This map he actually played really well, and we got to give him props because this is not an easy team to play well against. We talked about the AWP battles, and we actually saw Destroyer struggle a lot on the T side, and he made up for it on the CT. He had a couple rounds where he was getting like all 3 kills to close it out, and I think there were like 3 rounds in a row where he had 2 or more kills with the AWP. But once Wit started to step it up, that's when he really struggled, and that was nice to see. I gotta say, I'm happy to see Wits performing. But still, for BREN to have all the parts lining up, all the parts firing on full cylinders, and then to come in with this kind of approach and to look this lackluster when it comes to strategy on Dust 2, what do we think about the next 2 maps? You know, how are you supposed to conclude that they have a chance of making a reverse sweep?
Okay, well, I have a million things to say right now, but I'm going to talk about 2 of them. So, Wits in particular, like you were saying before, I mean, a fantastic game for him. I mean, I think I'm probably one of the most crucial or critical people about him when we've seen him these last few weeks. I can't really knock him at all. Fantastic performance. He was 6-2 in opening duels. He was just being consistent when they needed him to. And on the other side is Viva. Now, we talked about this yesterday. We talked about, you know, Wits in particular, like if you're bottom fragging for your team, you got like 1 flash assist, like you're not obviously offering anything of value in that map. Viva, on the other hand, yes, he was bottom fragging, but he had 6 flash assists. He had basically almost as much as the entire enemy team by himself. And we're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6 himself compared to the 8 that BREN had. He at least was being useful with these flash bangs. And that's the sign, I think, of a great player. Yeah, you're not feeling it. You're not getting the kills, even though he did pull off the overtime clutch. But he was there for assisting his team. And that's what I like to see out of Eva. And you really have to give him some credit there. But look at Wits, the big man, 80 ADR, 27 kills, Destroyer up to 22, but still had 80 ADR himself. I actually hope Wits gets the MVP, though I don't think we crowned the MVP over to the team unfortunate to lose. But ignoring everything that happened in overtime, that's the BREN I want to see. Will they be able to do it onto a map like Nuke?
Hey.
Oh, we got it. Hey. Yes, nice. We get it. We get him something. I wasn't sure if we give it to the losing team ever. But yeah, he deserved it. But going on to Nuke, will they be able to have the same kind of performance? I'm not too sure. Dust 2 very puggy map. Invictus, I don't think this is a team that has really prepared specifically, as we were talking about before, for this game. Whereas BREN, this is a must-win match.
Yeah, my issue with BREN and Invictus are when Invictus had the weapons, when they had the rifles, the full buy round, they looked so much better. And I just feel like it was the economic mismanagement that just allowed BREN back into things, because Invictus didn't have the weapons, they didn't have the utility available to pull off retakes or win rounds convincingly, and that's a big issue for them. And we seen as soon as we got to overtime, when money's no longer an issue for them, they just dominated every single round. So I feel like going on to Nuke, as long as Invictus get the economy under wraps, they should be walking away with this.
See, okay, I'm gonna open up this question to anyone out there. Do you think that was a mismanagement of economy, or them just saying it's not a big deal if you win or lose? They're already at 15 rounds anyways. Like, what would your takes be on it? Anyone?
Oh, you know my opinion on that, so I'm just gonna give this to, I don't know, Mitch, think it.